Good day, everybody. Good day. I hope everyone is doing well on this inauguration day. I just had the TV on for a moment and caught the the swearing in of our new VP, Kamala Harris, and I caught Joe Biden, our new president. So we're going to talk about that a little bit today on Living Life in Joy, Living Life in Joy. And we have so much to be joyful about. So the purpose of the new show, this is episode 2, y'all. Episode 2 is to bring joy, is to share the joy news, to share the joy news. And as a ordained minister and a purpose coach, my inspiration, my mission in life is to be a vessel of joy, to be a vessel of joy. And so I'm so grateful that I have the New Thought Media Network as a platform to do so, So it's a good day, y'all. January 20th. I got my pearls on in honor of Kamala Harris. And I was on social media and I saw all these posts with people with the pearls on. And it was just so nice. And someone had a post that just said one word: exhale. Exhale. Yes? So let's do that together. Let's take a deep breath in and let's let it out. And we just exhale. We just exhale. Yes, yes, Adrian. We just exhale today. So it's a history making day, right? And it's also a day for celebration. It's also the day for joy, mommy. It's also a day for joy. And so when I was preparing for today's show, part of the purpose of the show is to share the joy news and to highlight people who are doing wonderful things in the world and who are being a point of inspiration for us all. So I want to highlight a couple of them today. So one is Amanda Gordon. Do y'all know Amanda Gordon? She is 22 years old. She is the youngest inaugural poet, the youngest at 22 years old, young Black woman doing her thing, bringing joy in the world through the power of words, in the footsteps of our beloved Maya Angelou and so many other dynamic Black poets. Yes? And so she is going to recite her poem today, The Hill We Climb, The Hill We Climb. So I'm so looking forward to that. And then I also want to highlight Eugene Goodman. So you might be familiar with him. He's all in the news right now because he is one of the Capitol Police officers who basically he's a hero. They are saying that it was because of him that he was able to just move the insurrectionists into another direction once they got into the Capitol. He moved them away from the Senate chambers. And he did this all alone with himself, right? He got a mob coming at him and he had the state of mind to know what to do. And so that's what he did. He guided them away from the chambers, and he is a hero. And so he is being considered to receive the Congressional Gold Medal. And then what I saw on the news this morning as they were preparing for the inauguration and Kamala Harris was coming out, he is her escort. So this man who just went to work one day, think about it. You just get up, getting ready for work. You get to work thinking it's going to be a regular day. And what happens? An attempted coup happens. And then you find yourself against a mob of people who aim is to cause you harm. And you are able to stay in that present moment and do what you took on to do, and it's amazing. And what came out of that, he has been elevated in his position. And today he was the escort for our now Vice President Harris. I think that is incredible. I think that is joy news that we need to celebrate and honor and recognize and know that we have the hero within us too to do that work. Yes, to do that work, when we are called to do it, we can do it. So I'm just grateful to Eugene Goodman for living his life in the way that is so powerful, and for Amanda Goodman for living her life in joy through the power of words. And then, y'all, Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is the first African Indian woman of descent to be the vice president of the United States of America. Let's just take that in. We are in 2021 and we are still using that word first. And she is the first. And like she said, she will not be the last. She will not be a last. So she has been a source of such inspiration for personally in my household. I have twin girls, and they are just so proud to see a woman in that position that looks like them. That looks like them, right? They're all excited. They think today should have been a day off from school so they could just sit and watch the inauguration. So they've been running in and out, checking on stuff as it happens. But it is a source of inspiration for children, you know? And so, in prepping for today's show, I said, I want to show something that really demonstrates the impact this is having on our young people. When I was coming up, I was not disengaged in politics at all. I was not disengaged, but our young people today are very engaged at very young ages in politics. So there's a video that I found on YouTube, and you might have seen it, but it's good to see it again because it has such a vibration of joy. It has such a vibration of happiness. It has such a vibration of just being proud, of just being proud. So it's a video clip of letters that Kamala Harris received from young people, and you'll see as we check it out.
Dear Kamala. Dear Kamala Harris. Dear
Is it hard doing all that work? I have been waiting for I have been waiting for a girl vice president
forever.
I am so glad you are the first.
Because now girls can do anything. From Amelia Bella.
And she is a Girl Scout. And of course she is, because Amelia is an incredible young leader. Thank you, Amelia.
Hi, my name is Clayton and I'm 11.
I hear you're going to be vice president. Congrats.
When I grow up, I want to be a YouTuber and a soccer player. I am sure you will make a great vice president
and make the world a better place. And that's Peyton. And I think Peyton is going to do anything that he aspires to do. And I love, love, love seeing our young leaders.
Dear Miss Harris, I hope you are a wonderful vice president.
I cannot believe you're of Indian descent just like me.
I think you will be great at your job.
Good luck. Love, Sahana.
P.S. I am in first grade. Here's my dog to keep you company.
Aw, that's so great. That dog looks really lovely and so comforting. Thank you, Sahana.
Oh, that was so great. That was so great. The Sahana, don't you just love her? She made her a picture of a little dog to give her some comfort. And Sahana said she can't believe that there's a vice president who is of Indian descent, just like her, and that there's a girl vice president. So this is so inspiring. It's so inspiring. And Kamala Harris is a demonstration of living life in joy. And what do I mean by living life in joy? What I mean by that is doing your divine assignment, doing what is yours to do, making a difference in the world in any way that you can, right? It doesn't have to be something that is on the scale of being the vice president. It could be anything that lifts up the vibration of positivity and that inspires us. And so, someone who is doing that on a wonderful scale is my next guest, Reverend Robert Brzezinski. And I probably just said his name wrong, but it's all good. It's all good.
It's all good.
We were practicing before the show. I think I was close. Brez. Y'all. Briz. Say
There
it with
you go.
Reverend Briz. Reverend Briz. It is so wonderful to have you on Living Life in Joy. And I am just so grateful for the opportunity to be on the New Thought Media Network. I'm grateful that you reached out to me and gave me the opportunity to amplify the vibration of joy in the world. And so, welcome to Live Life in Joy. It's wonderful to have you here. So let's get into it. Let's talk about some joy.
Absolutely. And I just real quick say thank you to you, number one, for having me as your very first guest on the program. And I also want you to know that everyone here at New Thought Media Network, we're super excited to have you on the network. We're super excited by the joy you're bringing, by the energy you're bringing to what we're doing here, because it really is through the process of amplifying all of our voices to a higher degree, to a higher level, that we're going to affect change on the planet. And
absolutely.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So, talking about amplifying the positivity on the planet, tell me how this vision came to be for you.
Yeah. New Thought Media Network is truly the evolution of a vision. And over the years, I've always been a lover of music, and nothing quite moves me like a good tune and a good vibration get me boogieing. And about a year and a half, maybe almost 2 years ago now, I was up late one night playing around on the internet, and an old idea came to me, an internet radio station for positive music, for all the artists that I listen to. So I don't have to go digging around in my playlists. I can just hit a button and a constant stream of positive, great music comes pouring through that inspires me. And it was really a passion hobby.
Yes.
Well, that you said something a little earlier. We all have that divine assignment. And it became clear within a few months that there was something much, much bigger here. One of the blessings of 2020 was that I was forced into a position where I could no longer play small. I could no longer hide what my light and the calling, because there was no other options, really. Everything I was doing wasn't working anymore. Everything. So we turned, and almost immediately the flood that is of this vision for New Thought Media Network came through. We are a global broadcast network of positive media, music, and entertainment. Our founding statements continue by saying that we are here to support the evolution of human consciousness along the journey of enlightenment and create a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. Now, I have no idea how we're going to do that, but I can tell you what started in March as 2 15-minute-hour broadcasts a day. So we had 2.5 hours a week, 3.5 hours a week when it started. Just as of right before we came on to this broadcast, I was talking with a new show host for a new show. Within the next couple of weeks, we're going to be at 20 hours of broadcasting per week.
Oh, yes, 20 hours. Oh, that is dynamic. And you said something so powerful. You said, I don't know how. And isn't it wonderful to know that we don't have to know the how?
Exactly. Yes. As I show up every day, and I have my calendar and I have my schedule, and there's certain things that are non-negotiable, but there's a lot of space where I don't know what's going to show up. But I'm always in that place of trust that what does show up, even when I don't recognize it, what does show up is what's going to take us to the next step, and is going to open a new door and create a new relationship or serve someone in a new way, that that someone somewhere is being lifted up And I often don't even know what it is. It's just I'm following guides, following the divine guidance.
Yes, yes. So tell me, because it takes work, it takes commitment, it takes trust.
Yeah.
So what have been some of your obstacles that you faced that you was like, no, this is not going to stop me?
Oh, in this project,
Yes.
you know, I'm a minister, so the last 20 years of my life has been there's been one uh, and and I've learned over those years that a big part of I don't look at the obstacles as obstacles anymore. They
Mm,
simply become opportunities to say, yes, how are we going to make this happen? So
mm,
I was just on a call earlier today where I shared my job is to say yes and
mm,
then figure out what not, and then follow guidance to do whatever it's going to take to make that happen. Some of the obstacles we've run into are mostly things around how to get noticed, uh,
mm.
how to how to help people access what we're doing so that they can see the vision and get hooked into the vibration.
Yes,
In
yes.
in many ways, even our affiliation as to have nonprofit status
Hmm.
probably the easiest it's ever been. And I've started a few nonprofits and aligned with a few organizations over the years. This whole thing, you sort of stumped me, Rev Melissa, because I'm not really thinking of any obstacles.
Okay,
S-
okay.
Stuff came up, and myself and our team, we would say, "Okay, how do we deal with this? What do we do with this? What's going to come next?" I'm a visionary, so I have a tendency to just announce things. Back in March, I announced that we would do a 12-hour live stream marathon on May 1st.
Yes.
No idea how to do it. And a month, and within 6 weeks we had a 13 and a half hour live stream that day, actually. So if I pretty much everything that's come up, we've turned it into an opportunity to say, how do we use this to grow and expand the network so more people are being served?
Yes. And that is so powerful because it is a demonstration to so many of us, right? And those of you who are tuning in and will see this later on, it's such a testament that if you can conceive it, it can be.
Yeah.
It can be. And no matter what comes up, there's a way, right? There's a way. When we kind of like get ourselves out of the way, a way comes. A
Yes.
way comes.
Yep.
So I am not surprised to hear the expansion because your vision is so clear. Your vision is so clear, and it really resonates with me in a very powerful way. And I know it resonates with others also. So I'm grateful that, we say, 2020 was a bear, but out of that, so much has blossomed, you
Yes.
know, so much has blossomed from that experience of COVID and all of that has happened, that you were like, okay, let me say yes,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
which is one of my favorite words, by the way. Yes. Let
Exactly.
me say yes. Let me say yes. So tell me a little bit more about what else you're saying yes to in your expanding vision of the network.
Oh, how far out do we want to go, folks? uh,
Let's just give us 2021.
okay, yeah. Um, Part of 2021, what I see for New Thought Media Network is, and I've been sharing this over the last few weeks, we want to be at 45 hours a week of broadcasting per week, of live broadcast, of video broadcasting per week. We have a fully functioning 24-hour, 7-day-a-week radio station. And our intention is to launch a talk radio station,
Ah,
more of a call-in type station, where not as much, no real music, more podcasts and talk shows, and be able to know that we have a substantial amount of broadcasting in that regard.
mm,
More importantly, in my mind, 2021 for us is a year of building strategic alliances. And we want to build strategic alliances with organizations and communities that in one way or another are working towards this really vague vision of a world that works for everyone.
Mm,
We
yes.
spend days asking everyone what that means and how to define that, and we still wouldn't come to a consensus. However, I'm thinking of things like Jana Stanfield's organization, the Refugee Film School.
Mm-hmm.
Jana has gotten involved overseas, and she's working with a school of youth. They have computer skills. They're excited to use those computer skills, but don't have a market.
Yes.
And she's providing computers, infrastructure, training, but also a market for these students to build videos at, if you're an entrepreneur, an incredibly reasonable price. But most importantly, what she's doing is she's giving these refugee kids the means to uplift their life, to evolve, to grow into something more, to take a positive skill and use it to support their families.
Mm, that's beautiful.
There's so many great places we can be aligned.
Yeah.
Underneath this umbrella of media, music, media, and entertainment.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. You know, I want to do on the show what I call 3 joy questions.
Yes.
And so you are my first guest who will be answering the 3 joy questions. So the first one is, what does joy look like for you?
I'll be honest with everybody. I've had these questions for a week, so I've had time to stew on it. And I still don't necessarily. It's very tough to answer because joy is in my own beholding. It is in that place that I see. Joy is when a project goes according to plan. But joy is also finding the gift when things go outside of the plan.
Mm-hmm.
Joy is the time I get to spend with my kids.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Joy is also knowing, and my wife. Always remember that.
Good catch. Good catch.
Exactly. Joy is a great piece of music, and I know that's one of our other 3 questions here, so I'll save that part. But it is the experience. And in many ways, for me, it is the experience of recognizing the oneness inherent within every moment.
Beautiful. I will take that answer.
Cool.
And what do you specifically do that brings you joy?
I feel like I'm on Wait, Don't Tell Me. Specifically, I've been a skier all my life. I've been a lover of music all my life. I've been riding bicycles all my life, and for me, there is a major, and it's not the only way, but it's one of the primaries. And now, lately, in the last few years, it's disc golf. There is joy when I am able to align the physical aspect with the beauty of nature and the inspiration of nature. And before I found New Thought, religious science, science of mind, for me, God stood for the great outdoors.
I love that. Yes.
And there was no better way to get closer to God than at 10,000 feet on a ski lift or on a bicycle or on the top of a mountain or down in a desert canyon or wherever it would be. There was no better way for me to get closer to God than to be in the great outdoors.
I love that. Okay. That's a good one. Great outdoors for God. Yes. And golfing, golfing is on my list of things to try because I understand it's very meditative.
Disc golf.
Oh, disc golf.
Yeah,
totally different.
I've long joked that I'm going to save regular golf until I can do nothing more than just walk around a field and swing a stick.
Okay.
So don't let my father hear me say that though, because he's got a good handicap. He's a pretty good golfer. But yes, it's that nature, being out in the world, being out in nature.
Okay. All right. And last one. What is your joy song?
This by far had to be the toughest of the 3 questions.
Okay.
And I will say I experienced a great flood of joy and emotion this morning listening to Lady Gaga sing the national anthem. And no offense, Lady Gaga, but she's generally not my style of music. And that brought me great joy today. Music, one thing, has been the through line in my life. There is something incredibly spiritual of Jerry Garcia playing his guitar when he puts it all together just right. There is something amazing in the New Thought movement and the music of all of our New Thought artists. And again, I run a radio station, so I'm kind of really deep into the music. So it's sort of part of it is, you know, who is spirit putting in front of me right now? Right now, Patricia Bahia. Anything by Patricia Bahia right now. The latest stuff she's been putting out, angelic, just over the top. And so many other great New Thought artists are constantly putting out great music that brings me joy.
Yes.
I think the big part for me is, okay, full transparency, folks. If you didn't know this already, I used to spend a lot of time running around the country following bands. Specifically
Confessions on Live Life Enjoy.
Specifically jam bands. And yeah, I got hooked by the Grateful Dead, and there were a lot of others. Fish, Widespread, String Cheese, you name it, I probably have seen them. But what it was the movement.
Yes.
It was the ability to boogie and move and be and really be. If I have ever in my life channeled God, it's been in dance. It's been in the dance. It's been in a dance pit with 100 people. It's been in a dance pit with 10,000. It's been alone in a quiet room or on a mountaintop. The music incites the joy. The movement's got to be there. So if you can get me moving, if you can get me grooving, you're on my top 10 list. You're on my
all right. Well, that's great. That's great. So, you know, on an upcoming show when I have you back, you know, we got to see some dance moves. That's going to happen. That just has to happen now.
Okay.
So,
the next time I'm up late boogie into some Widespread or something, I'll just turn the camera on and record it for you.
Okay. It's a deal. It's a deal. Thank you so much for being my first guest. It's been wonderful spending some joy time with you. So everyone, please support the New Thought Media Network. It is expanding the vibration of joy across the land. So you are here. So share it with the people who don't know. You know, share with the people who don't know so they can be in the know too. Thank you so much. So this is our show today. It's been wonderful being with you all. I know everyone wants to get back to the inauguration and seeing what's going on. I know I want to see what's going on. And so tomorrow we'll be right back here for our morning sit with Reverend Melissa at 10:30 Eastern Time. And we are continuing our Invisible series. We're continuing that series. So what are we doing, y'all? We are living life in joy. Whatever it is that you're doing, let's do it in the vibration of joy and uplift the positivity across the world, because connect to your yes. You get to feel the joy when you connect to your yes. Guaranteed. Peace and blessings.